Hello everyone, my name is Harry and this is my review. So in my car, just arrived and I came to realize that this front tire have a little bit worn out. Right here there is a year which indicate when this tire was made. So for the information, if you can see this number here, this number indicate when this tire was made. So this is the 15, this is 15. This is mean that this tire was made on the 15th week on the 2015 year. So if you can see clear, there are some cracks on the edge. For the life of this tire is not so good for use, and any time it may burst, it may crack, and it may cause an accident. So I considered about getting a new tire, and I got 2 tires for front and the other 2 tires for the rear. So I will change all of 4 tires. But before changing the tires, I thought about doing a review so that I can share with you guys which information you're getting from the tire. So for the brand, this tire which is here, this is Dunlop, but the other brand which I changed is not Dunlop. So I'm going to change all of the 4 tires. So let us see what information you can get from the other tire. This is the tire, and I have another one here on the back. Let me keep like this. Spotted truck. From the top here, there are some information we can share. There is this QR code. If you scan this QR code, you get more information about this tire. But here you see it is on the surface which comes in contact with the ground. Let me position here clearly. So when I talk about 85 millimeter, I mean the distance from here to here in terms of millimeters. For the 65, which is just right here, this is the radius of the tire from the surface which comes in contact with the ground in reference to the surface or to the area which comes in contact to the rim of the tire. And then 15 is the size of the rim of the car. So those are the few information. So on top here it says that UTQ, tread wear 380, traction A, temperature A. So all of these tires, they have some ratings. If you find a tire has a rating of 1A, it means that that tire is a good one. And here you can see there are some informations. All of these are just warnings or warning section. Once you read all of this, they're gonna keep you in a safe range in case of accident to occur. So if you see here, it says that I can just zoom it for you. Tire failure due to underinflation or inflation, fall owners manual vehicle tire placement. So if you want to be safe on the road, make sure you don't underinflate or overinflate the tire. But also, explosion may occur if the rim assembly is not in properly. Make sure you assemble well. And here there are tire mounting safety precautions. I can read them for you. There is a follow RMA installation safety procedure for mounting any inflating tire. Always match rim diameters and the tire diameters. So if you put the rim and the tire diameter of the different dimensions, you are subject to cause an accident or other disaster may occur. Never mount a tire on a cracked, bent or rusted, otherwise damaged rim. So my rims are okay, but the tire are not good. My tires are cracked, so I'm going to change them. Always lock tire or rim assembly or mounting machine on the place in a safety cage or restyling. This is all about considering about safety procedures. Always clean and lubricate rim tire beds. So the edges of the rims, make sure they are well lubricated and cleaned before replacing. Always use clip check and extension gauge on air hose when inflating or seating beds. So when you are thinking about adding more air on the tire, make sure you use all of the stuffs. Always stand clear and never lean or reach on the tire rim or assembly when inflating. So when you are doing this inflation of the tire, make sure you stay a little bit far so that you can be safe. Okay, all of those are just a few of instructions you can find here. And here you can see there is some information. So this tire has some of these ratings. This tire on top here, you can see there is this class A, class B, class C, class D, up to class G. So all of these are tire classes. And this tire for here, in reference to kind of fuel, this tire can tolerate up to class C level. And on the right here, this tire is in class C, so this tire fits on the weather which are mud in nature, but also in rain you can use this tire. So this tire fits in class A, class B, and class C, so it's okay for them to use. And down here there is this sign of tire and a speaker, and plus this dB. This means that this tire, when it's in use, it generates about 70 decibels. Decibels is the amount produced by the sound. That's the amount of sound produced by the tire when the tire is on the road, when the tire is in use. So that's the amount of the tire. So by meeting international standards, if you can see here, you can see just right down here, this tire is rated on this number and given this class C1. It means that it's okay to be used, and the sound which is being produced by this tire doesn't harm human ear, so it's okay and it's very safe. After reviewing on this information on this tire, let us unbox this tire so that we can see what is inside and other more information related to this tire. So after unboxing, I took out those wraps, and now here we can see the tire. So this is the tire, one of them, and from this direction, when I talked about the 185 millimeters, so that's a diameter from here to here, and this is the surface which comes in contact with the ground. Also, let us see more information. On the side, we can see the brand name, which is Sport Truck, and DOT LBB CAG. So this tire is radio tubeless. I mean, when I say radio, I mean the structure of the tires inside. There are this kind of marks which allow the tire to last for a long time. And in here, you can get more information about this is 185 for 65 radius of 15 millimeters, 88H. So this is the number of speed, or number of speed rating which is being indicated. And for the use this tire, if you can see here, it is written MS. You can use on mud and on snow. So this tire is perfect for those kind of conditions. But here we can get more information. There is a safety warning. Serious injury may result from tire failure due to underinflation or overinflation or overloading. So make sure the amount of air you fill in the tire is perfect, but you also don't overload the car in reference to the car capacity to carry the loads. But also here, there is more instruction that follow owner's manual or tire placard in vehicle. Every vehicle which comes, it has tire placard which gives instruction like on how you have to use the tire in your car. But also explosion of tire or rim assembly due to improper mounting may result. Only special trained persons should mount the tire. And if you think or you consider about doing it by yourself, make sure you have to know that you're doing that by your own risk. But also use a safety cage and a clip on extension with the hose to inflate. Check inflation pressure frequently with accurate gauge. So even though you fit this tire at this time, if you're thinking about going for a trip or going for a journey, make sure you check the tire pressure to know that it's in the right amount. And don't check only a single tire. Make sure you check on all tires by using proper gauge. Okay, on the other side you can see more information here. So there is the other information about the rim size, the country where it's made. This size is from China, and here it shows the maximum amount of load. So maximum load is about 56 kgs, which is equivalent to 1,035 pounds, and the maximum pressure is about 300 kilo PA, which is unit for amount of pressure in the Pascal's unit, or in other ways you can say about 44 psi. So this is the maximum amount. But for the minimum for this car, especially for the Toyota IST, most of the time we prefer from 35 up to 40. If you're going for a trip and you have luggages, 35 to 40, that's ideal amount you can inflate the amount of air. Apart from that, let us see some of the other information. So here, for trade one, this is made from polyester, steel, and nylon. And when I say about trade, I mean this trade here. this thread here on the top is made by polyester, steel, and nylon. Steel are being integrated within inside. It comes this layer, there comes another layer, and then it comes steel, and then plastic comes on the edge to make sure the tire is durable and will last for a long time, as long it is being used. And on side walls, I mean, when I say side walls, I mean these side walls inside. Let me zoom it clear so you can see. So all of those side walls are made by polyester. And here, this is the certification which is given by the union which certifies the tires that this tire is okay to be used for the environment. That's a few information, but also there is another information which we call TWI. TWI is a tire wearing indicator. It is highly advised that once the tire is about to reach the tire wearing point, you have to change the tire. And if you want to know that the tire has not reached the TWI point, there are two indicators. The first one, you can see there are these little rubber protruding. If you see the tire still has this, you have to know that the tire wearing indicator is still okay, so you can still continue using the tire. The other one, you can see there are these little marks. You can consider about going to check with the mechanic, but if you're using this local method, if we have a coin like this, you can try to dip down here, and if you take it out, if you see it's about this length, it's okay for this tire to be used. But also there is another indicator which I can show you right now. You can see, you will see there are some marks like this one. Do you see this little triangle? So this triangle, this is the tire wearing indicator. So if you use the tire up to this point, please make sure you change them, because if you don't change the tire on time, the tire will be having a less traction on the road, but also the tire will be slippery, and if we are going for a long distance trip, the tire may become hot easily, and it may burst, and it may cause an accident to occur. So if you can see here, there is this marker. This is tire wearing indicator, but also we have another one on the edge here. This one here, another one is here. That's all. So when you think about the tire, try to consider about those few information to make sure you are in the safe side as long as you are using this tire. But also, let us see another information about the year, about the tire life. When you want to know about the tire life, you have to know that the tire manufacturers, they do recommend like on how long we have to use the tire. And the most, they say it's okay to use the tire from 4 years up to 5 years. But this information may vary from one tire brand to another tire brand. For example, on the tires which I'm getting out of from the car, which I'm replacing, is made by Dunlop. Dunlop, they recommend to use the tire from 4 years up to 5 years. But make sure the time you use is not above from the manufacturer date. So especially for this tire was made on this number. So this information means this tire was made on the 15th week for 2015 years. So this tire's life up to this time is over. But for this one, you can see here the tire life is still alive. This tire was made on the first week on 2021. So up to this time the tire is about just 1 year old, even though today is the first time. So I'm going to use this tire is already 1 year old since it was manufactured. And remember, there is no guarantee of the tire to last longer, no matter it has been just a few years since it has been produced. You can buy the tire today and anything can happen. Make sure you check the tire's condition, where it was being stored, it was in the safe place, and the conditions were okay for the tire. So those are the little information you can get from the tires, and I hope to see you on the next one. Be safe on the road.
Like, comment, and subscribe.